So before we go over the update on the RTX 5080, I wanted to go over the 5090 laptop version because this is a massive deal. We are getting a huge performance boost with the 5090 laptop version, and then there's a couple of other things that I just quickly wanted to go over before the 5080 and 5090 stuff. This right here is NVIDIA ending the RTX 4080 Super GPU supply by November because of the RTX 5090 and 5080 that are expected to launch simultaneously, which is pretty nice to see this time around. But I want to talk about this because if the 4080 Super, like, you have to remember, dude, these things are being stated specifically for a reason. So if the 4080 Super is ending, but the 4080 is not ending, I am guessing that NVIDIA is going to do the exact same thing with the 5080 that they did with the Super series. And they are going to do and pull the marketing technique that every single company on the planet seems to do nowadays by misleading us, giving us numbers that mean absolutely nothing once you finally use it. And for those of you that are unaware, what I am talking about is if you have not used a 4080 and then the on paper version 4080 Super that is apparently better, but it actually is not, that is what I am talking about. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is NVIDIA's Blackwell now in full force production, and Jensen says that the demand is going to be insane, just like every single year. But that's really all I need to say about that. The other thing that I wanted to cover before we go over the 5080 update and the 5090 laptop version is Intel's Core Ultra 200, the LGA 1851 CPU hotspot was actually moved towards the top of the CPU, which is going to allow for, like, first of all, different cooling. So we're not going to be able to get the same AIOs unless companies start releasing the exact same AIO but with a different plate or something. But I think that what they're doing this because of the how thermal throttling works with the 14th. And to be honest, I never had an issue with the 13th generation. I had a 13900K before I upgraded to the 14900K, so I'm not really sure where the thermal throttling was coming from with 13th generation. But at the same time, I didn't use the exact same motherboard. I built an entirely new computer, so I may not have been running into any issues because of just having a completely different motherboard. So my motherboard may have just been a little bit better than the 14th generation motherboard. But I want to go over the laptop variants of the RTX 5090 because this is a huge deal, dude. This is the first time that we're actually going to be seeing desktop style performance in a actual laptop. So you're actually going to have a choice at this point between picking from an RTX 5090 desktop variant and then an RTX 5090 laptop variant because of the way the bus is designed, the memory that it's going to have, the amount of memory that it's going to have, the type of memory that it's going to have, and the way that they are designing it for the data transfers to actually operate inside of the laptop. And because of that, I just find it very interesting on, like, so let's go over which one has the, like, more easy to understand specs. I know one of them. All right, so it was this one right here that it's out. All right, so this is the one that makes it a little bit easier to share with you. So we have the GB203 GPU. We have 24 gigabytes of VRAM on a 256-bit bus, and then the die size is going to be 377 millimeters squared, whatever that part means. So I know that I'm kind of eating my own words here because it really is true, dude. You know, we're getting these numbers on paper, and dude, it's just a fact that, like, at this point in marketing, it's like you can't really believe anything. You can't believe anything at all at this point because, like, AMD does it, dude. I'm not like trying to diss NVIDIA or any of the other companies, but dude, Intel does it, AMD does it, NVIDIA does it, Sony does it, the PlayStation does it, Nintendo does it, Xbox, they all do it. Every single company does it. And I honestly, I said this in the other day's video, man. I honestly do not understand how companies get away with that. I consider that fraud. I genuinely mean that. Like, that's not me trying to like over exaggerate it. I genuinely see that as fraud. Imagine telling somebody, like, imagine this, like, I'm seriously, imagine being like this to people, like, hey, you can buy my item for $1,000. And then you charge them $2,000. I know that that's a much bigger deal. I understand that that's like, you have their credit card information and now you're going to double the amount that they have to pay you. But can you see why this is such a big deal for me, dude? I honestly do not understand how companies are getting away with this. And there's also another thing that I wanted to talk about, which is actually a pretty cool, whatever. I didn't even intend this to happen right now, but you guys are seeing the emulator on screen right now. NVIDIA paying off Ryujinx. For those of you that are unaware, Nintendo ended up, whoa there, buddy. Okay, that's the actual recording. That was when I had my my Samsung Odyssey with the 32:9, or no, 32:9. So my screen's all messed up there. It's actually supposed to be full screen. But anyway, so I'm sharing this because I'm pretty sure that the reason Nintendo paid off Ryujinx to remove their emulator without suing them or doing whatever they did with NVIDIA, or with Yuzu, I mean, is because the Nintendo Switch 2 the design is going to be the exact same as the Nintendo Switch. It's just going to have upgraded hardware inside of it. Now, why am I explaining this right now? I'm explaining this, dude, because we have DLSS 4 that's going to be coming out with the 50 series, and then we have FSR on AMD side. I guarantee you Nintendo paid off Ryujinx because all they're going to be doing is actually, let me do something really quickly, because I know I have it open in a tab. Here it is. So we have the Nintendo Switch, right? Because I actually want to share this with you. It's fucking ridiculous. So we have the Ryujinx goes offline after creator gets an offer from Nintendo that they could not refuse. And then this right here is, we need to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. Nintendo Switch 2 leaked design. It baffles fans because the exact same as the Nintendo Switch. And the reason I have those opened is because I found it interesting. And I'm just like, yo, how long was I in this portion of the freaking thing? So is the entire ending? Oh my goodness. Jeez, I'm crow. Yes, I do actually play emulators, whatever. Hold on one second. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and whatever. I'm not gonna get too far off topic here. The reason I'm talking about all this stuff, dude, is first let's go over the 5080 before I go over the 5090, because that really is just mind blowing the way that they're designing the 5090 in laptop. And let's go ahead and make this abundantly clear. Yes, your laptop is going to be a little bit thicker. It's going to be bigger than the little teeny tiny skinny twig that everybody apparently likes nowadays. I don't know, dude. I don't know about you, but I kind of like a little bit of curve to them. I kind of like them to have a little bit of thickness. But if you like the beanpole twig skeleton type of laptop, then go and buy a MacBook. I'm sorry that your laptop is like an inch thicker. Oh my goodness, such a big deal that your laptop is literally an inch thicker. It must be so painful that your laptop isn't a freaking millimeter thick and is an inch thick. Oh my God, I'm so angry that my laptop performs 10 times better than a 1 millimeter thick laptop because it's 1 inch. Okay, buddy. You go ahead and continue to feel that way. So this right here, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5080, everything that we know about the graphics card. So the reason that this is a big deal, dude, is because, first of all, look at this. And again, I know I'm kind of eating my own words where numbers don't mean anything, but it's true, dude. The numbers really don't mean anything. But like, if you compare this to the 5090, they're doing the same thing with the 5080 and 5090 that they did with the 4080 and 4090. So, dude, like, the 5080 is probably going to be the price of a 4090. And I'm saying this because I know that leaks are saying it's going to be $1,000. I want to ask you this, okay? Like, obviously we need to wait for the performance and that kind of stuff, but I really want to ask you this, dude. Why would anybody buy a 4080, a 4090, a 4070 Ti Super, or 40, whatever, dude? You get my, why would anybody buy any of the 40 series at all, period, on the market if a 5080 is only $1,000, a brand new graphics card that is supposed to be 50% better? What kind of moron would buy a 40 series card? I'm just being real with you, dude. Like, it's not going to be $1,000. I'm going to agree with the other leaks that were posted like previously, when everybody was in an uproar of the price gouging that NVIDIA clearly still has the ability to do. You know, like, I'm guessing it's going to be $1,500. The 5080 is going to be $1,500 to, first of all, make up for inflation, and then second of all, to make up for all of the new hardware that's inside of it. It's not like we're just using GDDR6 anymore. We're using GDDR7. We're upgrading dude, we're upgrading everything inside of the graphics card. You have to be a moron to think it's only going to sell for $1,000. I'm just being honest with that, dude. So it's going to be $1,500. And then if we take the 4080 and 4090 and compare this to the 5080 and 5090, that means that the 5090 is probably going to be like $3,000. Because, dude, I said this the other day too, and like everybody was like, oh my god, like this guy is clearly a millionaire. Dude, the 4090 was underpriced. That is a fact. That's a fact, dude. The 4090 was such a, I know it's expensive. I'm not talking about if it's expensive or cheap. I'm talking about like what you get for what you pay. Like the 4090, for what you got, it was underpriced is what I'm trying to say. Like, NVIDIA should have basically charged the amount for the 4090 that the scalpers were paying, and then the scalpers should be whatever, like leaps and bounds above what they're already charging. So like, that's what I'm saying. And with the laptops now, this is, you have to keep this in mind as well. Like, we're also getting laptops that are going to basically be the performance of a desktop with better battery life and better cooling and better everything. And then on top of that, Intel's new CPUs and the way that they're designing, I'm fully aware that the Intel Core Ultra 200, I'm aware that that's not the laptop version, but you see where I'm going with all of this stuff. Yes, it's a tinfoil hat that I'm putting on with a conspiracy of the price of everything, but are you going to disagree with what I'm saying right now, dude? Like, you can't really disagree with what I'm saying when you there's a reason I covered everything the way that I did in this video. So let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section below. Like, I just want you to look at this, dude. Come on. Come on. You have to be so, dude. Who's dumb enough to believe? Seriously, come on, man. I don't know if that's a typo or what, but dude, there's 0% chance that happens. 0. And I'm actually saying that, dude. I will literally I'll buy every single one of you watching this a 5080, if that's, or a 5090 if it's $1,000. That's how like, whatever. That's how, I don't know why I can't think of the word. That's how, bro, why can I not think of the word? That's how, I want to use the word accurate. I think I am, but that's how, I can't think of the freaking word. That's how I'm going to end the video, because I'm going to keep repeating myself. I don't know why I can't fucking think of it. It's honestly aggravating me. So I'm going to end the video. Let me know what you think about all this stuff. I'll catch you guys next one. Peace.